For today's notes, you're going to learn about organizational patterns, also known as text structure. Text structure or organizational patterns is how a passage is organized. All texts are organized in one of the following 8 patterns of organization: chronological, compare and contrast, order of importance, sequence, spatial, cause and effect, problem and solution, and topical. The first type is chronological. Chronological means in order of time, chrono meaning time. Chronological things are arranged in order of time. They have a beginning, a middle, and an end. Most stories are organized chronologically. Please take a minute to jot down the graphic organizer in your notes. The next type of text structure is compare and contrast. This explores the similarities and differences of 2 or more things. Signal words that may help decide what type of text structure it is include like, unlike, both, neither, similar, and different. For example, you have some apples and oranges. They are both alike because they are both fruit, they both have skin, and they both are healthy. They are different because oranges have more acid and apples have thinner skin. The next type of text structure is order of importance. Ideas or steps are prioritized according to hierarchy of value, most important to least important. For the example, you have a president of a company. Below the president you have its board members, and below the board members you have the regional manager, most important to least important. The next type is sequence. Information is organized by the order in which it occurs. Information ordered sequentially does not occur at any specific time, but rather any time. Signal words include first, next, before, lastly, and then. For example, let's say you're going to make some cookies. First you have to get your materials, then you have to make your dough, and then you have to cook your dough. You do not have to do these things at any specific time, but you have to do them in order. The next type is spatial, when information in a passage is organized in order of space or location. This type of text structure is often used in descriptive writing. Signal words include next to, behind, across from, below that, above that, and to the right of. Here is a diagram of something that is spatial text structure. The next type is cause and effect. Cause and effect explains the reasons why something happened, or it may explain the effects of something. Signal words that may help indicate if it is cause and effect include because, as a result, resulted, caused, affected, and effect. For example, if you were talking about a war in history class, there might be 3 causes of that war, and then there's an effect or an outcome of the war. The next type is problem and solution. Information in a passage is expressed as a problem or dilemma. You are looking for both a problem and solution for this type of text structure. Signal words that may help indicate it is problem and solution include proposes, suggests, solution, answer, remedy, prevention, and fix. For example, you might have a problem and you might have 2 solutions to help fix that problem. The last type of text structure is topical. This pattern is the most commonly used format and will typically work when the other patterns do not. A topical pattern arranges information according to different subtopics within a larger topic, or the types of things that fall within a larger category. For an example, an outline for information would be a good example of something topical. Now for some practice. Please number your paper from 1 to 5 in your notebook. As I read the passage, please decide what type of text structure it is and write it down in your notebook. Text 1. Why do we have schools? Education in our society serves many purposes, but there are 3 main functions. First, students learn skills that will help prepare them for society. Writing, reading, and mathematics are essential in today's workplace, and many people learn these skills in school. Second, schools serve communities. Whether by functioning as polling locations during elections or providing safe havens for students in temporary living situations, public schools add value to communities. Third, Public schools provide a structured environment for children to engage in productive activities during many days of the year while their adult caretakers may be working. In other words, public schools also provide daycare. These are the three of the primary reasons why we have schools in our society. Please write down your answer. The correct answer is cause and effect. Text number 2, milestones. In 1821, the first public high school in the United States was started in Boston. By 1900, 31 states required children to attend school from the ages of 8 to 14. As a result, by 1910, 72% of American children attended school. Half the nation's children attended one-room schools. In 1918, every state required students to complete elementary school. In 1954, the Supreme Court in Brown v. Board of Education unanimously declared that separate facilities were unconstitutional and desegregation began. Please write down the answer in your notebook. The correct answer for this text is chronological. Text number 3, have a great day. There is more than one way to have a successful school day, but a great way is to be well prepared. The first thing you should do is complete your homework the night before. Don't try to do your work in the morning. It will be too stressful and you may not have enough time. Next, you will need to go to bed at a reasonable time. If you stay up too late, you will not be able to focus on assignments or instruction as well, and you may even fall asleep during class. Lastly, you should wake up early. This will give you time to get ready and feel good about yourself, and you'll also be able to get something to eat before the day begins. So remember, one way to have a successful school day is to do your homework the night before, go to bed early, and wake up early. Have a great day. The correct answer to this text is sequence. Text number 4, attendance. Having good attendance is important because attendance determines the school's funding. Some students have poor attendance, and the school has tried many ways of addressing this. Teachers have talked to parents on the phone, and the school has mailed letters. Yet some students still maintain poor attendance. Next, the staff will attempt to schedule parent-teacher administrator conferences with students who are habitually absent. Hopefully, this will help more students get to school every day. Please write the answer down in your notebook. The correct answer to text number 4 is problem and solution. Text number 5, are charter schools harder schools? These days, students and their caretakers have more choices when it comes to selecting a public school. In addition to the traditional neighborhood schools, charter schools have popped up in major cities across the country. Both charter schools and neighborhood schools fill traditional roles like providing instruction, serving lunch and other meals, and administering the state tests. But charter schools and neighborhood schools differ in many important ways. One key difference is the amount of time students spend in school. In Chicago, students who attend neighborhood schools do so for around 180 days in a year, and each day is slightly over 6 hours long. On the contrary, students who attend charter schools do so for around 200 days in a year, and most charter school days are over 8 hours long. While both neighborhood and charter schools provide free public education to students meeting enrollment criteria, students who attend charter schools spend much more time in class. Please jot down the answer to text number 5. The correct answer is compare and contrast. This now ends your notes session for text structure, also known as organizational patterns.